What is up, everyone? Today is going to be a good day. I am going to get my Cadillac. Finally. Got the truck loaded up. Clyde says hi. You'll hear him in a second, I'm sure. But we're heading down to my mom's house. Gonna load up the lack. Got old Keith with me. We're gonna hit the road. We are T-minus just a few seconds. Gonna be coming around the corner to see the lack again. It's been like a year since I've seen it. Well, not that long. It's been a couple months since I've seen it, but a couple years since it's moved. It's probably half sunk in the ground. There she is. Man, it's looking rough. Woo-wee! Guess we'll get to getting some snakes out of there because I'm sure they're in it. Oh man, this is gonna suck. Got a bunch of weeds growing up. We've got wasps. Lots and lots of wasps. And lots of weeds. Got them even growing in the trunk. Oh man, that sucks. Don't let your car sit. So I've had the car for probably 7, 8 years now maybe. I changed the oil right before I bought it. My buddy still owned it. So we're just gonna add some oil to it instead of changing it. It has oil in it, that's a good sign. Actually, we're good enough. We're not gonna add any oil. Screw it. Maybe the weeds will give us some extra horsepower. Alright, now that our oil is sufficient, let's see if some fire come on over here. Alright, prepare to see some snakes running. If we can get that far. Snakes, liner, grasshopper in here. See if it does anything at all. Dash lights look good. Remember how much fuel is in here. That's a good start at least. Let it charge up a little bit. Might throw some gas in here if I got some. And we'll give it a shot again. Good job, Keith. We're gonna kick a little bit of juice to it. Got a truck at 2,500 RPMs. See if we can put a little boost on it. It did turn over just a tad bit. We're gonna see if we can get it started now. Alright, take two. We'll have better luck this time. We got all the way down here and I was like, I hope the keys are in the truck. I made a habit of leaving them in there because I remember one time I come down and didn't have them. Come on, baby. I don't hear a fuel pump, so that scares me. Alright, take 3 or 4. We're going to spray some starting fluid in the intake. Use some bust off. Put some gas in the tank also. Too long because I don't want to set the grass on fire. So now we'll lift it up and see if we can get it to go forward. Alright, we're going to try and jack it up. Got new batteries in the trunk. Everything in here is hooked up. Hopefully it won't catch fire and burn the car down. If it does, I'll just leave it here. Let's see what she does. There's fluid in there. Switches don't work. You have to get a new switch box for it. Like one out of all the switches work. But that's enough for me. Time to kick the tires and light the fires. I've actually got air in it, surprisingly. Take my chances on that one. Yowzers. You should probably hook it up the right way. really knew what they were doing when they put that battery there. I'm gonna fire it up as soon as it starts up. I'm gonna disconnect the cables. I'm gonna Keith back the truck up. I'm gonna run some ruts in your yard.
Another $500 added to his bill.
Come on, baby. Did it once, you can do it again. Oh, snap! Getting stung by a hornet. Horn doesn't work. It's alive!
Yes, it's out of here!
So our trials and tribulations continue. We got the car running for a little bit. It didn't run for too long, idled for about 15 minutes. Just shut off and died. We've been trying to jump start it. It ain't happening. Broke down, went and bought a battery. The battery in the car is actually under warranty, but they don't carry that battery in stock. So I'm trying to get this done today so we can go home. So we broke down, got a new battery, and we're gonna swap it out and then drive it on the trailer and go home.
All right, take 30.
It's gonna go this time. If not, we're leaving it here.
And I'm calling up Mike and telling him to come get it.
All right. You got any more gas? Well, we're leaving her here. Take 10.
More like 110. We are loaded up, going northbound.
the bigger and better things. It looks like the fuel pump's on its last leg. You got to beat on the tank to get the thing to run and drive. I suppose before I go, I'm gonna explain to you, this is why I hate shops. I paid a shop to fix the roof, make it a hard top. That's what they did. Filled it with Bondo. It's been sitting here rusting ever since. I'll get more into the story of the car when I get back home, but it's like that on both sides. Paid money to have that done. Basically destroyed my car. We have made it back to the house. Time to unload this thing and get it washed up. It needs it. There's the other side. All that just peeling away. About to start cracking on this thing, cleaning it up. Been a long time coming. It is nasty. But it will be the last time that it is ever this dirty. The sun's about to go down. The chicks already dig it. I'm about to start cleaning it up. Probably end up washing it again tomorrow. What's up, Clyde? You don't say. So yeah, about that. Probably 3, maybe 4 years ago, for my birthday, I sent this to the paint shop to have painted. I wanted it to look really good because it's a really, really nice car. The problem I had at the moment, had some rust right up here. That's kind of the reason I got the car. Well, one of the reasons I got the car. My buddy was trying to buy a house and he needed to get some money for a down payment. So that was the first thing to go. It had some rust in the roof and it was leaking water, and he was kind of discouraged on it, which I don't blame him. It's a lot of work to take on. So I ended up buying it because I had another one at the time that I had wrecked, so I was using it for parts. I was just going to cut the roof skin out and put a new skin on it. But after I did the blue Cadillac, you know, I did all right on it, but it could have been better. So I wanted this one to be really, really nice. And so I took it to a shop that was pretty highly recommended from where I was living at. Asked the dude what he charged. Didn't bat an eye. I said, that's fine. That's perfect. You know, that's kind of what I had in mind. Actually, I had more in mind. So I left it there. That was in February. It was like 2 weeks before my birthday. And I told him, I said, you know, take your time, which is a terrible thing to tell a paint shop. Don't ever do that. And I told him, I said, I want it done right. I want it done really nice. So a couple months goes by. You know, I didn't bother him at all. Probably 3 months goes by. You know, I call him and say, hey, you know, this is so-and-so. How's the car doing? He was like, oh, yeah, we've been working on it a little bit. You know, we should have it in paint in a little while. So, all right, that's cool. You know, ain't a big rush. I was just checking in on it. So a couple more months goes by. He needs me to lift it up. They said they're getting ready to paint it. I was like, all right, that's awesome. The hydraulics to leak down on it. So I went in there, lifted it up. It was nowhere near ready for paint. They had just started working on the front of the roof. They had the sheet metal done. They had the front windshield pulled out. And he was starting to pull the back window. So he had pulled it, and he had asked me, he was like, you know, what do you want me to do about this seam right here? And this is before they had the filler taken out of there, the factory filler. And I said, you know, usually they just spread some filler over it. You know, it should be like a little 1/4 inch dimple. So usually they spread filler over it and just sand it and be done with it. So he had cleared it all out, and it had a huge gap, as you can see. I mean, it's about a 1/2 inch. So I was like, I don't know. You know, you're the body man. That's why I brought it to you. I want, you know, if it was me, I'd use like kitty hair or tiger hair, one of the two. That's why I brought it to him, so he'd do it. Well, next time I come back, they had the back glass out. They had the roof primed. It looked really good, but they didn't have the jambs primed. And I asked him, I said, so what'd you guys end up doing in that spot? And I already knew what they did because I could see the color where they didn't prime the jam. I could see it was Evercoat. It was a light blue color. The dude said, we use Bondo. Which anybody that knows anything about paint, that's the last word you want to hear. And that's the last word you want to hear from your body guy. We used Bondo. At least spruce it up, you know. It's body filler. Evercoat. You know, Evercoat doesn't sound as bad as the B word. And I just sat there in awkward silence. I looked at the car, I looked at him, and I just said, hmm. He knew that I knew that it ain't gonna work. And he all of a sudden spoke up, yeah, once that stuff dries, it'll be good and hard. Won't have no problems out of it at all. The next words out of my mouth, so what kind of warranty do you guys have? We got a lifetime warranty. I said, all right, well, I want that written down in the receipt when I pick up the car. So, many months later go by. I get a call around December. Or not December, I'm sorry. I get a call in October. And they say, hey, you know, we're going to paint the car this weekend. It'll be ready for you. Cool. You know, by this time I was kind of getting aggravated. I was at the point where I was beyond aggravated, and I was just like, whatever, I want my car back, you know. So, come back down to the body shop, lifted it up for them to pull it in the paint booth. And I talked to him about doing the hood and the front bumper before. He kind of gave me a little bit high of a price, and I was like, but I eventually gave in. I said, you know what? It's in the paint booth, do the hood and the bumper too, because when I get it done, I want to be able to drive it. You know, this is kind of before I really started driving the blue Cadillac as much as I did. And before that, I've had a bunch of cars, but I never got to drive them. So I told him, I said, go ahead and paint the hood and the bumper. And so they did that, got it done. He called me, he said, hey, we're good, come get it. Cool, come get it. I go down there and look at it. It ain't done. It was done in their opinion, I guess. But the hood looks splotchy to me, which it still looks splotchy. I can show you now, but you won't be able to see it. No one else can see it but me, apparently. But it's got dirt on now, so you wouldn't be able to tell anyways, even if you were here. But the hood's splotchy, and the bumper had a scratch on it. Like a pretty big scratch, like that big of a scratch. And I was talking with a guy, and I told him, I said, hey, there's a big scratch right there on the bumper. And he was like, oh, my guy must have missed that when he was, you know, painting it. And I said, you know, he didn't miss it. That's just being lazy. I told him, I said, you prime it. Usually you sand it. You know, body shop, they'll probably prime it, spray it. But I said, then you seal it. Then you do 3 coats of base, usually 3 coats of clear. So that's 7 times of going over that spot that you missed that big of a scratch. I find it hard to believe. And he said, oh, well, I mean, we can fix it if you like. I said, yeah, I would like. That's why I brought it to you. I wanted it professionally done. I wanted it to look good. And that ain't the only thing. When I picked it up, that same day. Well, when I went to go pick it up, that same day. Before I went in, they were going to pull the front balance off to paint it. And I was like, that's cool. That's the right way of doing stuff. Well, they didn't. That ain't that big of a deal. But apparently, they started, and they messed up my panel. And that's why they didn't pull it off. I come in, I said, that panel's dented. So after seeing that dent panel, I looked him dead in the eyes, and I told him, I said, that panel wasn't dented when it came in. And he was like, yeah, it was. I said, no. I said, this car has perfect panels, other than the passenger side quarter panel from 3-wheeling. So he was like, oh, I mean, I guess we can take a little bit of money off. And I was like, well, the total was $2,000. So I told him, I was like, there's $2,075. So I said, take 75 bucks off. We'll call it even. Which I already had the panel from my race car Cadillac. So it wasn't that big of a deal. So they took it in, painted it, fixed it, they made the bumper right. So like a month later, again, come back to get it for real this time. Paid the man cash, had him right on the receipt that there's a warranty. I get out, I get in the car, I walk up to it, hook up my ground. I look right here. Right there, sorry. I look right there, there's a tiny little line. I already knew what it was, but I told myself, brain, it's just a mustache hair. Just a mustache hair in the clear. It's okay. It ain't a big deal. You know, take the car, enjoy it. So, I was just getting off work at the time. I was living in Montgomery. Yeah, and my mom was in Troy. That's where the car was in Troy. About hour distance between the two. So I took the car, drove it to my mom's house directly from the paint shop, covered it up with a car cover, went home. About a month later, I come back, I was gonna uncover it, start messing with the car, put the headliner back in, start tinkering with it. Uncover the car, the crack got bigger. Covered the car back up, went back home. I was mad. Called the body shop, told them, hey, we got a problem. I said, that crack, that sail panel's cracking just like I figured it would. And he was like, all right, that ain't no big deal. He said, we can, bring it on up here, we'll fix it for you, take care of it. I said, all right. Thought about it in my head. The amount of time they had it when I was paying them, the job that they did when I was paying them, what kind of job are they going to do? Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down. Cadillac Dan, I can see you're a little aggravated. So, not only just because you lost the footage of the next few sentences you're going to say, I'm going to let you have a little bit of time to cool down. So, future Cadillac Dan, we'll take this up for you. So yeah, I mean, the job they did, on my dime. So when they come back into it on their dime for warranty work, yeah, you can only imagine how good that's going to be. That ain't gonna be good at all, I'm sure. Yeah, Handsome posted up right on the work. But yeah, it really burned me pretty bad. I thought about taking it back to him, but I see it ending badly. And I've been without the car long enough. I'm kind of ready to just throw in the towel and move on. Probably end up doing it myself as much as I don't want to. Only time will tell. It sucks. It's a real bummer. But that's how it is, I guess. Sometimes, I've read a lot of horror stories. I watched videos on a lot of horror stories. It sucks. I don't wish enough on anybody. But that's how it happens. So ain't really much I can do except for move on, get on with building the car, because I do want to enjoy it. But that's what I'm about to do. Yeah, put two and two together. The next video comes out a little bit different than this one. Going back in time once again. Where we're going, we don't need roads. But anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Got some work to do, obviously. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Got any questions? Let me know. You got some horror stories about that? Let me know. You got videos or anything like that? Link them up. Ease my pain with your stories as well. Maybe that'll help. Oh man, that's rough. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching. We'll have a new video up here shortly.
What seems to be the problem?
Good shot. Got away free. It lives to die another day.